Hello, LEGO fans, and welcome into a brand new episode of the Brick Hour podcast. I am JJ, otherwise known as Lancaster Builds.
I am Cameron, otherwise known as Cameron Studios.
And I'm Scott, known as the Rogue Lannister.
And we are here this week to talk about everyone's favorite Netflix show that just came to a very exciting end a few weeks back. And the LEGO representation it has gotten and may continue to get going down the line. But before we get to that, a couple quick things. Number one, the Discord server is now live.
Yes.
Special thank you to Scott for helping us put that together. He did a lot of hard work with that. And thank you to all the people who came in and helped us test it out. We already have some people in there now. It has been very fun so far. The join link for the Discord is down in the description, so you can go click that and join the Discord server. It is an absolute blast.
Yes.
Make sure you're through the server too. We're being careful with that one. Besides that, that's kind of the other thing we have in terms of like channel news or whatever. But Cam, what are we building this week?
What are we building? So before we get into that, for this episode, in honor of it.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So back to what are we building? So for those who aren't aware what it is what we discuss anything that we built within the past week or so, whether it's a mock, a new set. We typically try not to do any hauls on here, just anything that we've been building. So in honor of today's episode, I built the Stranger Things 4-pack brickheads that just released January 1st.
Oh, nice.
So we got Max and Holly. I think Holly's the first one brickheads without arms, actually. She's got a jacket over, so that's pretty cool. And then we also got 11 and a Demogorgon, which his feet aren't aligned, which is actually pretty cool. And I love the detail work to like make his torso.
That's a really cool how they did the torso and the face.
The face looks so much better.
The face is phenomenal. I compared to the old Demogorgon, this one, the face looks so much better.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously two different colors, but they're just, I want more, which we'll get more into that later. But a lot of fun building techniques. Found a way to do a ponytail. So that's for future ones I try to do, for Disney ones maybe, we'll see. But every brickhead that I'm building that LEGO comes out with, they keep adding newer and cool little methods of building the brickhead. So not each one is the same. There's like the general structure. There's so many different methods to getting them built. It's a blast. It's a fun theme. I really recommend buying a brickheads. Yes. So that's all I've been building. I'm getting my juices flowing for building my own brickheads again. Scott, what have you been building?
So I've actually been pretty much bogged down in work. So I have not been building too much. I've been busy though in other fronts. I have been working through BrickLink to get the parts for a new mock. It will be a Halo Scorpion, and the last parts finally came in. And finally, at long last, the last parts of my Astreus have finally arrived.
That'll be sick.
Took long enough.
From Oregon, 3 weeks from
Oregon.
Yeah. But
3 weeks. Wow.
3 weeks. But all those parts are in. So I think actually I got some time off coming up later this month, and I got some time off coming up next month for my birthday. So I'm gonna spend some time building, got some projects lined up. And I promised him I would call him out because I love him and he's one of my few blood relatives left. My cousin, in his interest and in his own strange way, got me a construction set for Christmas and just gave it to me. He got me a Gundam.
There you go. Oh,
wow.
Dude.
And then he literally said, I didn't know what you want. It was 40% off. So I grabbed this for you. It looks cool. So my cousin, who is older than I am, apparently still thinks I'm an 8-year-old and bought me a plastic bottle. So I'm going to show it.
Is that not what we do on a regular basis anyway?
Seriously.
Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true.
I can see your backlog.
Yeah, that's just the great pile of shame. I swear to God. Really is turning into the great pile of shame.
Mine's off screen. Mine's like on the other side of this camera. It's building.
How deep is your backlog, though? I have a question about that.
Mine's not deep. It's a small pile right now, but there's a few big sets. I mean, like I have the X Mansion and I have like the Milano, for example. Those are two pretty big ones.
Milano still, man. That's sick.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves completely filled. It's on the floor.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Mine's not that bad. Mine's not
That's
that bad.
bad.
I gotta stop buying stuff for a little while.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have a reason to. You have two reasons now. You have your backlog's too big, and then a Lord of the Rings set is coming out.
Yeah.
So we've been hearing.
Yeah, we got news on everything but that this week. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that, Lego. Because
pretty
just
much.
keep that teaser rolling. JJ, what are you building?
I was gonna say, what am I gonna talk about? I'm building. I built something recently that is very fun.
You built something.
I built the city tractor.
So exciting!
It's an awesome tractor.
It is a
It is an awesome
it's
tractor.
a fantastic tractor.
But wait a minute.
It's missing something.
Oh
I'm
Jesus!
It is
sensing-
missing something.
I'm
And
sensing
that
a
something
question
is it
here.
is missing bat wings.
That's right.
That's right, people. The bat tractor is coming. So just be ready for that because it's going to be absolutely incredible. We can add this in to the multitude of stupid Batman vehicles I'm making. So that's back.
Wait. Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Not the
Wait,
demon
what?
baby!
Demon baby.
Let him protect me!
Hello, demon baby.
What is happening right now?
We're
So
kinda
Will it
like-
Batman?
we're
I think
having
it's
fun.
funny that I've already started Batmanifying this tractor, but I haven't finished Batmanifying the bulldozer yet. So I gotta kind of get to finishing both of those.
I need to look into some kind of GIF with a rotating wheel with the words "Will it Batman."
Yeah,
We could just
yeah.
hold that up whenever
Or
whenever
just
JJ builds something.
What I want to have is like the SpongeBob like imagination rainbow, but it just says "Will it Batman" on the inside. I just
Will it
want
Batman.
"Will it Batman." I
What
just
we
want
need
that.
to do is we need to get like 4 Lego sets together, right? Pick 4 different vehicles, put it on a wheel, spin it, and that is the next vehicle that is Will it Batman. That's your challenge.
No, because the next one after this is the cement mixer. Oh no,
Oh.
that's Robin's cement mixer.
It's Robin cement mixer.
Mm.
So you know what you need to do is we need to get like a wheel with like 85% of it being yes, it will Batman, like 5% of it being no, it will not
Being
Batman,
no.
and then like 10% be Robin.
Well, I want to take that modular building of the Palace Cinema that I got recently from a
Yeah.
family member. I want to take that and I want to replace the Palace part with Monarch, so it's Monarch Theater.
Oh.
That would be kind of sick.
That would be
But-
kind of sick.
Also mildly morbid because that's the theater that Thomas and Martha Wayne were killed behind. But I digress. Let's get
Lego's made more harsh sets. I mean, looking at Lord of the Rings and
whole bunch of
Palpatine's arrest.
The murder GWP.
the murder GWP from last year. But that's all I have for one of my buildings. So let's get into the main topic this week. Obviously, we were talking about Stranger Things. Haven't figured it out yet. Season 5 wrapped up on December the 31st of 2025, and then the very next day, a very large set came out in conjunction with it that Cam does have.
Yes, I do. I have not built it yet.
Yes, so the Creel House came out January 1st. We got a bunch of Stranger Things brickheads that came out that day as well, which obviously Cam built. They're pretty cool. But in terms of a Lego representation, Stranger Things has not gotten a ton. The first set came out way back, was it 2021? I think something like that.
Roundabout.
I think before that, actually.
Yeah, with it was the upside down, and it had the really cool feature of having
Oh my god.
like it was the buyer's house, and then there was a
Yes.
mirror build of it, a different color, and you could flip the build. It was incredible. We got
It's such an innovative set.
we got some brickheads scattered here and there. There was a rumor we were going to get the Hawkins lab at some point shortly afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Nothing.
the upside down came out in 2019.
Wow! Oh my god.
Feel old yet?
Yeah, a little bit.
I felt old when I found out High School Musical is 20 years old.
Don't ever bring up that movie with me again.
No, yeah, that movie's no. I don't care. I can't say that movie. It drives me insane.
Would
But-
you prefer bring up Hannah Montana?
No, we're not bringing up any more Disney stuff this episode. So getting back on topic, the fact that Lego went from 2019 to 2026 before releasing another larger scale minifigure set, and it was just brickheads in between, is surprising
Yes.
because we got 2 or 3 more seasons of the show in between that point, and it was odd that they really didn't do much with the IP besides the brickheads. So today's episode is all about the future potential of Lego Stranger Things. What else could they do?
Yes.
What else will they do? What else will they not do if we don't think they're going to do much more? Obviously, the show just wrapped up, so there is that possibility. But in honor of the fact that all of those characters are avid D&D players, we will be rolling dice to see who talks first.
All right. Oh, look at you! Got your special little box.
Oh yeah, it's a nice little. I'm not going to show the 20 because it's a little inappropriate, but this one's got nice sparkles.
Yeah,
you can't even read what's on it, Cam. It's a crystal.
I can't read what's on it.
I am taking the onyx for me, and I am taking the ivory for JJ.
Yeah, I sadly do not have any dice on me right now.
Roll.
I got a 12.
I got a 10 and a 5. You win initiative, sir.
All
yes.
Right, Cam, start this off.
All right, so I feel like there's a lot of potential for Lego Stranger Things. Obviously, they've done Brickhead. So the original Brickheads we got was a Demogorgon and 11 with her shaved head, a waffle, and like the blue dress with the pink dress. And then we got another Stranger Things set with the original 4 kids being Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will from like season 1. So having now just gotten season 5 Brickheads, there's plenty of characters they could have done as Brickheads. I feel like Brickheads is an easy way to go. Mm-hmm. It's not that complicated. You could do Steve, you could do Jonathan, Nancy, blanking out. You could do Vecna,
Robin.
You can do Robin, Hopper, Joyce. Like there's so many characters they could do in Brickhead form, and I feel like that is probably the easiest route that Lego could go, just because it can complete the cast. Mm-hmm. But then going into it, there's also the potential for do other big sets. As JJ mentioned, a lot of stuff happened in between the seasons of the sets. The Upside Down set was probably season 1. Then we go all the way to season 5. There's so much you can do with 2, 3, and 4. 3 easy could have been the mall. That would have been the perfect set.
One of my ideas for a set is Scoops Ahoy.
Oh,
it's just doing this
like a little vignette set.
A little vignette set. Like a lot of this stuff, you could easily put these as little vignette sets.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
they would just sell like hotcakes because you could use characters and alternate things. I mean, if I'm thinking a big set, at least for me, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but mine
you're fine.
The Upside Down Eddie's trailer.
Ooh.
Have the two of them like rocking out on top of it, and then have brick built demo bats.
That'd be
around
cool.
it, like something like that.
That's where I was torn, because like we had the Upside Down, which was a $200 set, and then we go to the Creel House, that's a $300 set. I'm wondering if they would venture out to smaller sets like Scoops Ahoy, or if they would stick to the big ones. That's what made me think of doing the mall first. But then they could also do the lab. I feel like I would love for them to do vignettes, because I feel like there's a lot of potential. Like you could do a vignette of the 4 kids playing D&D, and I feel like that would sell.
Like I would do something of like a basement vignette, and like have it be like a mirror set where on one side is the basement where it's the kids playing, and on the other side it's them in the finale playing or putting their books away, something like that.
Yes, that'd be cool.
And you could easily, and I keep saying this, and we've talked about it before, you can easily partner with D&D on this.
Oh my God,
I mean, the show is literally a love letter to D&D.
Yes, correct, it is.
JJ, what do you think? What else would we want to, where would we want to explore?
So I think you guys are onto something, but I think my execution of all these would be completely different. And I want to start kind of going a little bit here. I don't want to talk much more about the Brickheads, because I think they've done 3 sets of Brickheads now.
It's a simple concept that they can execute easily.
Like I think it's pretty. We're going to get more. Like
we need Steve. We need Steve.
You need Vecna.
We need Vecna. We need Vec. I could see an amazing like 2-pack of like. Spoiler alert, we probably should have said that at the beginning.
Yeah,
I could see one of Vecna and then Will with his white eyes. I feel like that would be a cool duo pack.
I'm thinking you shouldn't even have put that Demogorgon in that 4-pack. It should have just been Vecna.
Probably, honestly, yeah, you're right.
It should.
It's a great Demogorgon.
I am actually amazed we did not get a Vecna Brickhead yet.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he should have been in that 4-pack.
He is such a complex character, and he looks amazing. I would love to see what they would do for some of that work.
2 reasons I think it didn't happen. 1, I feel like they didn't want to show his final form, which is understandable.
But it was in the trailers.
Yeah, but not. We saw like his head. Like we didn't see like. We saw glimpses. We didn't see like a full-on shot, like a still photo
from the trailer.
But I feel like the level of detail that would be required needs a little bit of time, but also I feel like they didn't want to fully give him away. Like I feel like they wanted to let him shine in the set first.
Let's remember something else too here, guys. We need to give them 2 years. We've talked about this. You got to give them at least a year. So you've got to commit, and you've got to have it make it through the design process without anybody leaking it.
Yeah.
Which is damn hard to do right now. So if they wanted to try it, JJ's right. If they wanted to try and hide it, the trailer shows us brief glimpses, but a
Mhm.
mini leak of a brickhead or a minifigure would give us much more.
Yeah. Now, I look at kind of things, some things you guys have said. I think the idea of doing vignettes, not going to work. And I think the reason it's not going to work is because Star Wars did like vignette sets and they did not sell because they've abandoned those pretty quickly. So I look at that and go, if the Star Wars ones didn't work, I don't think these will work. Now,
I think part of the problem though with the vignettes for Star Wars was they were not minifigure scale.
Right.
some of them were.
So, a small fraction.
A good amount of them were close. But I also just don't think, like, I love the idea of like the kids in the base. I think that'd be fun. But I look at this and I go, the first thing I want to talk about is actually the Creel house we just got.
Okay.
I think Lego made a very big mistake making this set be season 5 based. So in my eyes, this set should have been season 4 based. Because we see the upside in like season 4's finale is literally all of them in the upside down for the most part, a good amount of them rushing the Creel house to kill Vecna, except for Eddie and Dustin. So in my eyes, I'm doing the Creel house, and then I'm taking the parts required that they used to make the Squawk van and Steve's Beamer, and I'm taking those pieces and I'm making a small trailer. And I'm taking some season 5 characters out, like Mr. Whatsit and Holly and whatever, and I'm including Eddie. I'm making this a season 4 set, and I'm modifying that so it's the Creel house and the trailer, and you can still have Vecna there, and there's like those characters, and that's great. That's fantastic. Change all the costumes to make them season 4, and that's how you do that. That's what I like that, because in my eyes, there's no way to go back and give us Eddie unless you give us that scene. And I feel like the only way you're not going to just make the set of the trailer with him and Dustin on top.
Right.
I don't think it's going to carry enough weight for people for it to be like a set on its own.
I feel like they could have.
What if we do a Hellfire Club set?
I don't think they won't do a Hellfire Club because I don't think they want. I mean, you know what? They might, because I never thought that they would put Hellfire in a set or like name a set Hellfire. But then they put it on Dustin's minifigure in the Creel house set.
I'm also going to put this way. Outside of Brickheads, there is no shot in anything that any future Stranger Things sets will not be 18+. They'll all be 18+ if we get
agreed.
More.
I feel like your idea would have been perfect.
Yes.
Had they released it 2 years ago.
Yes.
I feel like it made sense to release a season 5 set the day after season 5 ended because everyone's going to be hyped about season 5. I would have done your set 2 years ago, and I would have done something else maybe for season 5. I don't know. So I definitely agreed. Like they could do a vignette of Eddie's trailer with Eddie on top. That'd be cool with Dustin. And then, but the only thing that I feel like I could make your set better, because we didn't have the full gang in season 4. If they did like Argyle and that gang with like Argyle's van or something in a separate set, I feel like you could get Argyle, Jonathan, Will.
That's not going to carry though, because you're not making play sets. You're making.
Not only that, they weren't very popular.
Yeah, they weren't that big. I think the thing that I'm surprised they never touched is Starcourt Mall.
Yes.
How they never did anything based on that, I do not know. And I have what I think is a genius idea of how you make this work.
Do tell.
So the way I would do it, and this may not be a popular idea. I am going to look to one of the concepts that Lego rolled out last year for the first time. I am looking to the book nooks. Ooh. I think it is very difficult for you to encapsulate the inside of a mall without making it like a playset or whatever. So what I'm thinking, let's make this so that it's basically a book nook. So the inside of the mall with the different levels and the escalator or whatever
folds out.
So it folds out to give you the full layout of the mall. You can give it a bunch of minifigures with the Mind Flayer in the middle of it, similar to how they did the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, where when you fold it up, its legs kind of crawl in, and when you open it up, its legs sprawl out. And you can put 11 in the front, like blast, like going at it with her powers or whatever. And then you can include some season. You can include like season 3 version of 11 and Max and Lucas, Steve and Robin in the Scoops Ahoy costumes. Like Erica can be in it because we have not gotten Erica yet. So for me, like I'm putting those, I'm doing that because that I think is a way more interesting way of doing it. Because otherwise, like we've seen people like Four Stud, CM Forsai, as he used to go by on Instagram. He did a giant playset of Starcourt Mall, and it looked fantastic. But if we're doing an 18 plus set, they're not going to make them play sets. So for me, I'm like, make it a book nook where it's fully enclosed, like the Sherlock Holmes one, and you could open it up to reveal the Mind Flayer and a bunch of other minifigures like standing on top of rafters or whatever. I would do that. That's way more interesting idea.
My only hesitation, and correct me if I'm wrong, with the other book nooks we've gotten, they've only come with like one minifigure, right?
No, the Sherlock Holmes came with 2 or 3, and the Harry Potter one, I can't remember how many came with the Harry Potter one, but I mean, there were a couple in that one. But yeah, the other one obviously is the Lord of the Rings one. It was only Gandalf.
Yeah, but like when I look at the like, my first thought was if you're gonna do the inside of a double decker mall, doing it that way makes so much more sense to me. Because you're not getting an exterior, it's just the interior of the mall is what you're getting in the main courtyard. So doing that where you can have the Mind Flayer right there and it can fold up and you can like, I'm imagining like the real life product image they would use of it set on a bookshelf with D&D player guides on either side. That's what sold me on this, was that.
So yeah, Sherlock Holmes came with 5 minifigures. Harry Potter came with 2 minifigures. Lord of the Rings came with 1.
Okay.
So Sherlock Holmes 5 is not bad.
Yeah, the potential's there.
You can do that.
Another idea that could be work as a book nook because like when I look at the book nooks, I feel like it's like one minifigure in the middle doing something with something bigger in the back. Could you imagine them doing like Max's escape from Vecna with her levitating with like Steve, Lucas, and
but that to me means you're making the Creel house again because that's where that scene was.
Yes.
No, the first one where she was in the graveyard.
I just don't see how that becomes a set on its own.
I mean, it was a pretty iconic moment.
I know
it's an iconic moment, but you got to think of it in terms of making it into a set. You're going to have
work as a set.
You're going to have like a small hill with a couple of tombstones, and then you're going to have a figure floating in the air.
But it's not. It doesn't command a set presence. It's a fantastic scene, but it doesn't work as a set. If you're doing with Max and Vecna, it would have been. That's why I think like massive missed opportunity. Because for me, the Real House should have been season 4, and the season 5 tie-in set should have been a giant buildable Mind Flayer that we see at the end of season 5 with all of those characters there. That's what I would have done.
True. I mean, I feel like the only reason they didn't go with the Mind Flayer, one, they probably didn't have the concept art for it, so they probably couldn't do it. That probably would have been leaked. But also, if they're going the 18 plus route, a giant buildable creature, I don't think fits in with what they've been doing with Strange Things. Because like first we get the Upside Down, then like say they did do the Creel House season 4, it wouldn't make sense to do like a giant buildable Mind Flayer. It would have made sense like we would have had the Upside Down. Season 3 could have been the mall. Season 4 should have been the Creel House. Season 2, maybe the lab.
At Hawkins Lab.
Yeah, Hawkins Lab.
Rumor years ago that we were going to get another big. It was 2020. There was a rumor we were going to get another Stranger Things set, and it was allegedly going to be Starcourt Mall. Oh, no,
I did hear Starcourt Mall was rumored.
And that never happened. But I was like, when I think of iconic locations, per season, season 1 is the Buyer's House easily. Season 2 for me is Hawkins Lab. Season 3 is Starcourt Mall. Season 4 is the Creel House. And season 5 for me is the Radio Tower. The Radio Tower would be a really cool set. Because for me, if you do the Radio Tower, that's a base with the giant. You could just do a big Radio Tower. It doesn't have to be enormous. It can be a decent size, and you could include Murray's truck, so we get Murray there. That'd be cool.
True.
You could include a Demogorgon because they were attacking 1 or 2 Demogorgons, so they were attacking the thing, or do a Demogorgon and a Demo Dog because the Demo Dogs return in season 5. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how they would do the Demo Dogs in Lego form.
I mean, maybe it'd be weird, but I look at that and go, take a couple of characters from the Creel House, reuse them. That's fine, reuse them, and then give us Murray because he is noticeably absent from all the season 5 sets. He's the only like pretty much main character we don't see.
Like him and Erica.
Make sure you include him, Erica, and Vicky.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Done.
then
there you go.
we
There's
one
a
thing
set
that
right there.
one thing I just realized we forgot to talk about the Squawk gift with purchase
Yes.
with Hopper and Joyce, which was a great bonus because they were in the set. So I'm glad that they had them somewhat included. If you're gonna, I feel like this gift with purchase worked in the sense that those who were going to buy that set bought it. Those later on aren't going to care enough to want the Squawk, whereas like true devoted fans are going to buy the Creel House day one and get the gift with purchase, so it made sense.
I would have rather had the Squawk as its own set, not that
Agreed.
little.
I would have preferred a bigger Squawk, obviously.
Yeah.
But we just deal with what we can. So I feel like looking forward, we should look at sets that we could get as opposed to what we should have gotten.
I think Squawk Tower is 100% something we could get.
Squawk Tower would be an awesome set. I feel like they could still do them all in some shape or form, like an interior of them. I don't think they need to do the exterior. What's that?
Put my boy Delightful Derek in that set and I'll buy it day one. You think I'm kidding? I'm dead serious.
This is where we cue away to Delightful Derek holding up a certain finger and telling JJ.
Like that one.
Yeah.
That kid was the highlight of that season. I'm not going to lie. He was the best part of it. But
no offense, but you're in the military. Can't do beep. Can't defend beep.
Why are you making beep noises?
Because I'm not going to swear.
I know.
I don't want Elmo to show up.
We've got Elmo on vacation. Give him a break.
Elmo's already in this episode. No, like I definitely think that I would have rather seen the Creel House be rethemed to season 4, and then we wait like a year or wait till later wait like a year, because I think Stranger Things could be like Lord of the Rings, where we get one big set a year based on a location. Because I don't think there's enough there outside of the characters to warrant us getting like multiple sets, in my opinion.
As much as I love Stranger Things, I don't see it being the same as Lord of the Rings. So I feel like Stranger Things has only so many locations. It's only going to last for a little while.
So
I understand why they did the Creel House. It made sense for season 5. I feel like
it's a great set too. Don't get me wrong.
It's a great set.
You know, I'm looking at these minifigs for the Creel House, and I'm really starting to wonder maybe it was themed for season 4. Because I mean, really, if you honest to God take a look at that, Dustin looks like season 4 Dustin.
He just has the Hellfire Club t-shirt on.
He wore a Hellfire Club t-shirt in season 4.
That's true, he was.
True.
I mean, we might be overthinking this, and they could have something else on the horizon. It's not going to be Conformity Gate. Who thought of that needs to be taken out back and shot.
I gotta say, it was pretty exciting seeing everyone come up with like all the coincidences that, oh, it's 7, and then this makes sense here, and then Lucas said coincidences here. Like seeing everyone stretch the truth so far, I almost believed it.
Those people gave up on Conformity Gate and have immediately picked up on Doomsday Gate with all the stuff that came out today from the brothers.
You know what? The people that sat there going, there's a secret episode because Lucas says 6 here and Dustin says 7 here. Guess what you're getting from me right now?
No.
Stupid for thinking there was a secret episode. It's not even funny. So just get out with that. That was the dumbest thing. The fact that Netflix crashed because people thought there was a secret episode of Stranger Things season 5 that was coming out. Like,
well, the thing is,
Netflix dumb.
Netflix fed into it too because they had a countdown to something.
Of course, they fed into it because they had everybody logging in.
This is the funniest thing because they had a countdown going. Everyone's thinking, "Oh, this is for the Stranger Things episode," and it turned out to be a trailer for 2026. Don't they put freaking Millie? I don't even know what her name is anymore. Millie Bon Jovi.
Millie Bobby Bon Jovi Brownie. I don't know.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Bon Jovi. They put her in the thumbnail for Enola Holmes. They knew what they were doing. They knew people were going to click and see it. It was hilarious. Great business standpoint on Netflix's part.
Also, side tangent, Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. Mint. Mint.
I was honest to God waiting for that. At some point tonight, I was waiting for that.
Yep.
Great casting right there.
All right, reeling back in here. So going back to future potential sets. Yes, JJ, I know you wanted season 5 Creel House to be the season 4. That's not going to happen at this point.
No.
4 season, we could easily get
that you know of.
That we know. I doubt they're going to do another Creel House so soon.
I think they might do the upside. I think they might do the Mind Flayer.
I think
They
they should.
really might do the Mind Flayer with everybody in their season 5 gear and all the weapons and everything.
That would be cool.
I would.
I would get that.
And Vecna in his final form with the with all of that, because
we got his final form.
We're in season 5, season 4 too.
I don't know how else they could really, outside of changing the printing detail. I mean, it was cool that we got the
give them a shoulder piece with spikes on it, and you're good.
True.
Honestly, give him a shoulder piece with spikes on it, or put studs on the back, like put one of those bracket studs on the back, and have him float somewhere with like all the vines around him.
But yeah, I think a giant Mind Flayer would be sick. Because you can even do an interior with 11 fighting Vecna inside. You could do it.
That would be pretty
sense. But yeah, you'd have to be huge to be able to house both of them.
Like, yeah, you have to be pretty big.
It'd be 3 of them, wasn't it?
Work.
3 of them inside?
No, it was just it was 11 in Vecna.
Well, everybody ends up in there.
Well, and then the kids were inside too.
But yeah. Here's another idea that I had thought of, and I ran this by Can a couple nights ago, and he was kind of like all over this. I historically do not like at all large buildable characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like the big buildable Chewie or C-3PO, K2. I'm not a fan of those whatsoever.
Not a fan of Gizmo, huh?
But if you did a giant buildable Demogorgon,
that'd be pretty
how
sick.
Sick would that be?
That would be insane.
We've already seen some of the cool stuff they can pull off with the head with just brickhead parts.
Literally, the detail in this is pretty amazing. If they did a full buildable creature,
and think about it, it's 5 leaves, 5 pieces of snot brick, 5 pieces of snot plate, and some teeth.
Like I'm thinking,
it's simple, but it works.
If you do it like C-3PO or like Iron Man scale, where it's that big, and it's like $150, and it's just this monster build, and you can give us a minifigure of the Demogorgon. That's because the Demogorgon is also one of those things where it's just like it's a super iconic just movie monster now. Like
it is.
Like Universal Studios incorporated the Demogorgon into Halloween Horror Nights in 2025. So it's big enough now to where you could give the Demogorgon its own buildable character set, and it would look awesome. And I'm not going to hate on it because it's something extraordinarily unique. It's not going to look different. Like a lot of them, like the Star Wars ones, is like, okay, it's a droid, whatever. Yeah, we get a million droids. It doesn't matter to me. But like in this case, I'm like, this would be so cool getting all of that.
It would be amazing. Like when you told me about it, I'm already thinking in my head how they would have it like standing. Like I feel like they could go 1 or 2 routes. They could either make it posable, but then it would be very hard because like with the structure of the Demogorgon, it's very top heavy with the head. They would almost have to build it where it is just a statue, where maybe the arms can move a little bit.
I would think it would be a statue. Like,
but that's what I want though. That'd
be sick. Solid from like mid chest down, and then you have a little bit of flexibility.
Give it like a decent sized base with some upside down kind of detailing on it, and then
like a little bit of vines and everything. On it. That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty.
I'm fine with that because you know what? That would give us the technology. We could do it then.
Oh my god!
With the dead lights,
that'd be wild. But yeah, like that would look really cool. That would be really cool.
And I feel like it stays with the 18+ line, and it gives us something outside of Brickhead and outside of the big giant sets.
And building on from that, why not? Like, another idea I ran by you. How about give us a Demogorgon like helmet set? How cool would that be? Like we're getting Sauron's helmet. We've gotten Venom and Carnage before. Those were both monsters. They gave us the Dark Trooper head. Like, could you imagine a sick looking Demogorgon that has the flaps opened up? Like, how amazing would that look? It'd be so cool.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
I'd love that.
And it gives Lego a chance to be innovative with bricks. What we've been wanting. I
feel like they could pull it off with the Demogorgon, because the Demogorgon I feel like has just enough a silhouette that they could bend some stuff around with the Lego pieces and it would look great.
Yeah,
and people would see and go Demogorgon. Like they're gonna know what it is instantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh totally.
Like the wider public looks at K2SO and goes, "What is that?"
Exactly.
It's some Star Wars robot, right? Like, I love K2SO, but if you don't watch Star Wars, you have no idea what it is. Stranger Things, 1 million people watch Stranger Things.
And Stranger Things is a huge appeal across.
Oh my god,
so many genres.
Massive appeal. And the Demogorgon, in my opinion, it has a more distinct silhouette and a more distinct look than like a K2SO
Oh yeah,
And,
like it works better that way.
They want to appeal to adults. You got to start doing some adult themed stuff.
Exactly.
And the Demogorgon is fully adult themed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. And like season 2, I want to get back to season 2 because season 2 we got Hawkins Lab.
Yes,
that'd be a 6 set. That to me could almost be like Death Star level, where the front is a one look, and you could dollhouse turn it around, and there's different rooms. From different seasons for different things that happened.
That could be cool.
Obviously, giving character like you could do that. It'd be interesting. I mean, you could give us Bob. Bob could be in. I mean, he's only in season 2. For, like Bob could be there. Joyce, Hopper. You could include Dr. Brenner. You could include Papa. You could do them.
Season 4 with Henry, and like you can do the scene where 11 turns Henry into Vecna. That could be one room. The other, like you said, the other room could be the Bob's room. The other room can be 11 being experimented on, being in like the little tank.
That scene,
but... the tank, not experimental, but like 11 in the tank of water.
Yeah, that could work.
That would be another scene. Like you could do those 3 scenes easily.
You could easily Death Star Hawkins Lab, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you could include the demo dogs. That'd be sick too.
I'm curious how they would do the demo dogs. Honestly, like if they would make them pure brick bill, or if they would do new molded pieces.
Mold them.
Now, I feel like we're ignoring an obvious option that they have, a CMF. There are so many characters that they could do within a CMF. We could get, think about it.
14 plus base CMF?
No.
It could work with all the different characters that are available.
This is the first time when we've talked with one of these kind of episodes, like, could they do a CMF? I think the answer is no. Because your based main characters... Joyce, Hopper, the 4 boys, 11, Max, Erica, Murray. Who am I missing here?
You're missing Steve, Nancy, Jonathan.
Steve, Nancy, Robin. Like
they're all represented.
They've already gotten figures. Yes, we can get them super stylized, but I would rather not do that and get different versions of them in actual sets. Because at that point,
you're the thing. I don't think they'll get them in sets.
And then that's the thing.
That's the thing. I don't know if that's the route that they could take. I'm saying because like if they don't do them all, how else are you going to get Scoops Ahoy, Robin, and Steve? How else are you going to get?
I think we'll definitely
the different outfits.
I think
because like that Scoops Ahoy would require a small set or a gift with purchase with them all.
The book nook idea.
For Scoops Ahoy, I don't think you can do a Scoops Ahoy with the book nook.
If you do the book nook, Scoops Ahoy is in the mall.
Yeah, you fold it out.
Yeah, but it'd be such a small Scoops Ahoy.
Well, it wouldn't. No, because it wouldn't.
Parlor. It's not going to carry its own set.
It wouldn't be Scoops Ahoy. It would be like a flat artistic look, and Scoops Ahoy would be there like as a banner on the side.
Yeah,
you could include those.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't really be a 3D kind of thing. It would be like, you would be scanning through and you'd see all the stores, and then there'd be a square part for Scoops Ahoy with the counter and the sign, and that would be it.
Now this is
the figures loose.
If they did Starcourt Mall as a big $300, $250 set, make Scoops Ahoy the gift with purchase to kind of slide into like they do with the TIE Fighter. They can have it slide into it, just be a bonus to the mall itself. They can have the giant mall with
Maybe.
It would piss everybody off if you did that.
They did
power. Yeah, but you have the characters for the Squawk versus the 2 of them and their Scoops Ahoy outfits.
If you
the
did
2 of them, their Scoops Ahoy outfits are much more iconic. That would be like putting the Witch King with.
True.
I mean, if we're keeping with the lousy GWPs,
a Witch King GWP attached to Minas Tirith,
a Witch King GWP attached, the rage would be epic.
Well, like that's the thing is like
epic.
If you do Starcourt, like I don't like we're talking about like Mike's Basement and Eddie's Trailer or Scoops Ahoy, like those are iconic locations from the show.
Exactly.
But they're not strong enough on their own to command a set. That's the problem.
Unless they come out with
How can you say they're not strong enough?
Well, I mean, if you look at it from this perspective, the trailer does have its merits just from the detailing of the vines going through it and the bats and the fencing and the fact that one of the exits is in the trailer. So you could do something kind of cool with that.
Which is why with the Creel House.
You wouldn't that's not anywhere near the level of the original Stranger Things, the Upside Down or the Creel House. It would be like $100 set.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they could shift from doing the $300 to $200 sets, shift down to, honestly, they could do $60 to $100 sets for Stranger
keep the
Things.
property alive. Yeah,
They can keep the property alive with smaller sets. They could do they could do Mike's Basement. They can do Eddie's Trailer. They can even do a miniature Hawkins Lab if they really wanted to, instead of going the bigger out. Because, like, if they're going to stick to doing one set a year every few years, stick to the $300, $200 sets. Do Hawkins Lab, do Starcourt Mall. But if they want to kind of cash in on the popularity of Stranger Things, do a bunch of those smaller sets. Do Scoops Ahoy with Dustin, with Steve, with Robin, with Erica. Do Mike's Basement with the original 4 kids playing. Do the lab with
5.
Dr. Brenner.
5.
Bring 5 kids from the premiere. Let's go old school. Go 5. The first 5. Right? Wasn't it Will?
5. No, it was
5,
Will, Dustin, Lucas, Mike.
It was 4.
4.
Right. Sorry.
11 was the 5th kid, but
11 was the 5th.
11 was the 5th kid, and then the last campaign included Max.
But then you could easily do a set with the original 4 with a young 11, like with like some kind of Eggo or something. It would be a cool little Easter egg. But yeah,
the only way they're gonna do anything to do with the basement is if they make the Wheeler house. But I don't.
That would be, honestly, that could work because they could do it in a similar sense to like the Simpsons house.
They do houses. I mean,
they can do houses well.
But again, like, is there like outside of season 5, is there enough that happens in the Wheeler house to like?
Yeah,
this isn't like the Home Alone house where there's booby traps everywhere. Like, it's just a generic house.
Season 1, they can incorporate season 1 and season 5. Season 1 could include them being in the basement, Mike having 11 stay at the house with the Eggos, 11 in her outfit, and then they could also have season 5 with Holly in her room with the Demogorgon, their mom.
It just feels like a stretch at that point.
If they want Mike's house, that would work.
And it could be a lower cost set. It doesn't have to be a big set. It could be just, a 2-floor house with a little built-in thing for the basement where they have the game, and then a little action scene on every part of it. It could work.
Could be.
I mean,
it depends if they want to stick with the big sets or if they want to venture out and do the $100, like $80 sets.
If you want to go big sets, you're talking the mall, you're talking the science, you're talking science lab, you're talking
the Mind Flayer,
you're talking the Mind Flayer, you're talking the Squawk, you're talking those things.
Let me check something quickly while you guys talk. I need to check and see how much the Stranger Things, the Sherlock Holmes book nook is.
Okay, so they could do those big sets well, but then if they want to venture out and do some smaller sets to kind of keep the theme alive, they could get away with those smaller locations.
Done. Got it. The Sherlock Holmes set is $130. It is 1,359 pieces. If you do something that scale, let's say add another, maybe 300 pieces, or maybe scale some detailing back. Because some of the storefronts are kind of plain, you can have it be like $150, $160 book nook that is just the Mind Flayer fighting them with the facades of storefronts. Scoops Ahoy can be right there. Because I think if you were to do a book, like any sort of Starcourt Mall set, and have Scoops Ahoy be a gift with purchase, the Lego fans would be rioting in the streets.
They already riot enough as it is. Let's be honest.
No, but
I mean,
that's just terrible, though.
The cool part about it too is you could do the exterior to look like one of the D&D books.
Yes,
that's true.
Like
my only
and then you
hesitation,
could have an interchangeable panel, and you could put any one of the kids' names.
On
the
only hesitation with doing it as a book nook, I feel like it's going to be designed to be able to close to a book. I feel like that's going to limit what they can do with the set as a whole.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be detailed. It's not going to be something that folds out. And
I feel like that would upset people. Like if they're going to do Starcourt Mall, they want to see detail. They're not going to see a closed up book of that mall.
Like
but it's an 80s mall. It's different from malls today.
I get that, but it's a mall. It's enormous. Like you want a $500 Starcourt Mall? We're never going to get that.
No, I'm saying like do a $200, $300 size set, and they could just do like the interior, like in the center's the Mind Flayer, and then they have the 2 stories with everybody around it, and that could work. I'm not saying do the exterior of the mall because that's too big, but you can do an interior that would look really good.
Also, one of the other things about not doing a CMF is outside of the Scoops Ahoy and like the season 1 outfits, how many iconic costumes are there? They're just in like generic clothes half the time. Like you don't need to see them for Stranger Things.
Like the only.
But it'd be a way to get characters that we haven't been able to get. Like we could get Brenner, we could get Bob, we could get Eddie, we could get.
Yeah, you don't care about that though.
You care about Bob.
You care about Eddie.
Bob and Eddie, yes, but like it's like for people to be like they would have to include. You'd have to give us the main cast. You need to at least give us the kids with Hopper, maybe.
Which version of? I mean,
again, like maybe just
there's different versions.
We've already gotten it before. Like that's the thing is like like a CMF to me just doesn't work for Stranger Things.
The Russian prison would be awesome.
They'll never touch that.
They won't touch that.
Oh, I know, but still,
it'd be cool.
Yeah,
it'd be a cool to just have the Russian prison with the Demogorgon, all the prisons. But the thing is, they won't want to include the prisoners because those aren't characters worth making.
No.
I'm looking at this more from the perspective of what iconic scenes can we get that will give us characters we haven't gotten yet. Like I'm very concerned that because they didn't include Eddie's trailer with the Creel house from a season 4 and then they gave us a season 5 Creel house that we're never going to get Eddie,
which to me is
sad.
It's a shame. It's a waste.
With how popular he became overnight, that character was insanely popular.
He was insanely popular, and then they took an insane. I mean, they really did point out the futility in season 5 of what happened.
Yeah, of what he did.
He didn't have to do that, and really,
no, but like at the same token, like I saw this today with Eddie. You get 2 options. 1, he dies a hero, or 2, he goes to jail. Because there is no way they were going to disprove that he didn't kill Chrissy.
I don't know, man. Literally, when they killed Vecna, it seemed like everybody just kind of went back to normal. It was weird.
True.
I mean, everybody kind of just was like, "Yep,
conformity gay."
About it, all those
kids, this happened.
Those kids were an armed rebellion against the United States military. They killed Vecna, and everyone's like, "Have a nice day."
Well, those kids also were in another planet, so there's also that. So,
I mean, another dimension, time traveling dimension.
Close enough.
Suck it, Armstrong.
That's a great line.
That was a fantastic line.
Part of me also thought when Scott, when you brought up like the D&D books, like would there be a way for you to give us like buildable player guides? That could be kind of fun. Like the big Harry Potter set, but I'm also like, people hate those. Don't touch it. Stay away from that.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do them playing D&D in the basement with a buildable D6.
Wait. Imagine doing it like one of the Harry Potter classrooms.
I'm still waiting.
Where it's a Stranger Things D&D player guide, and when you fold it open, it's Mike's basement.
See, now that I'm more on board with. That's cool. They can do it right. If they can open it that way, we get.
Or just have it be the book with the basement built coming out of the book,
Done.
like they do with the other books.
But that's the only way you're going to get Mike's basement is that.
Yes.
And I'm fine with that. I feel like you could get Mike's basement, and honestly, in the same style. Honestly, you could do Mike's basement in the style of Brothor's apartment, like it just that size. Yeah, that's all you need.
But in the same sense, you have to really give the basement consideration because the basement was such a vital part of the show.
Well, I mean, actually not this small, but they can make it a little bit bigger. But this sort of set,
yeah. I don't argue it.
I would more like, because the show is so creative, I'm like, if you're going to, don't just recreate stuff to recreate stuff. Do it in an interesting way. Like, that's why I'm so on, like, the mall should be a book nook. 100%.
I'm not sold on that.
I'm not either, but I'm also thinking of how hard it would be to actually do a mall.
That's the thing. Like,
I don't think you need to do the entire mall. They do just like the center, like where the final fight took place, right? You have him in the middle, and you have 2 stories, so that way they have like the balcony sort of thing, and they have people on top, people on the bottom, and you just have a couple pictures of the storefronts, like not fleshed out builds, but like the front of the stores. You can have like 2 stores up top, 2 stores up top, like one store, 2 stores at the bottom on each side, just to kind of flesh it out a little bit.
Idea.
What's that?
You just described my idea.
Yeah, but not in a book nook. In a book nook, it's more constrained. It's less detailed.
I'm going to sit back and allow this. Go on. I'm going to play DM here. All right.
I feel like
we're passing at this one now.
But with the book nook, I feel like you can only do so much detail. You have to build it so it can close, and I feel like that takes away a lot of the detail. Like, you're going to get a very small mind flare.
I mean, the Mind Flayer wasn't that big during that fight. Like,
it was pretty big.
I mean, it was big, but it wasn't like enormous.
It was bigger than the mall.
Its head. No, it wasn't.
It was taller.
It was inside the mall during the fight.
Right, crawled on top of the mall.
Yeah, but it wasn't bigger than the mall.
It was in the mall.
It was inside it.
It's as tall as the mall, which is pretty big.
No, it was
smaller.
It was bent over. It was not. I mean, if it stood up, it was not going outside the roof.
No, which is why I'm like, imagine like the way they designed that Balrog to be able to fold in and still have like. I think they could pull that off with the Mind Flayer, no problem.
I'm not convinced. I feel like it's too obscure of a shape, whereas the Balrog was kind of not symmetrical, but like it was pretty evenly.
Yeah. But
whereas with the Mind Flayer, it's such a weird shape; it wouldn't fit within a book.
Yeah, but the mall is also a weird shape. So for me, like it's either closed up and you can see the Mind Flayer fighting 11, and when you open it up, now you have the full interior of the mall with the Mind Flayer. Like its legs can just basically scrunch up or fold out. It wouldn't be that difficult. We've seen them do things like that before. You could put Scoops Ahoy as a thing. You could put a Lego store for fun. You could do a bunch of other just random generic knockout like PC Jenny's or something like that instead of JC Penney's. Like do something like that, and you could both Robin and Steven, the Scoops Ahoy, Erica, Murray. You could put Billy there. That's a way to get Billy as a minifigure.
The coloring for that would be fantastic because you've got to factor in for the 80s neon.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's why I'm like it's perfect because it would pop. Mm-hmm. It's bright.
I agree doing them all, but the book nook I feel like is just too restraining.
Watch them do it now.
I don't know. I'm really now of the opinion when I look at this that this Creel House was season 4. And I think in maybe 2 years we're going to get something for season 5. And
I don't think because Holly's in it. And
Holly's in it. Holly. Mr. What's-It's in it.
It's season 5 that.
But I'm maybe
it was built for season 5. Honestly, what probably happened, it was probably designed for season 4, and for whatever reason they held back, and then they like, oh, we can get away with doing it for season 5. Because the strange thing is, like with season 5, we saw like the normal Creel House. We didn't see a messed up Creel House, did we?
That was season 4.
I think the concept was meant for season 4,
and they
didn't release it for whatever reason. They held on to it. They didn't want to because like it's a beautiful set, and I can't wait to see the play features in person.
Because to me it doesn't make sense why you would do a season 4, season 5 Creel House and not include Eddie.
That's the thing.
Eddie is he still is in my mind the greatest wild card to the potential of another Stranger Things set because you honestly can't do that cast without Eddie. No. Eddie became such an important influence on season 5.
Oh yeah, despite him being in one season.
He had a huge impact. Yeah,
huge cultural impact. It blew up Joseph Quinn's career so much so that he became the Human Torch.
Well, not only that, he got to play with Metallica.
That's pretty cool.
Not even Human Torch. He got tapped for like 70 million other things before Marvel even came knocking. So there was also that.
Of everybody who went through the process, he has profited the most, except for maybe Millie.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
I mean, Joe Keery's pretty huge on the fact that he toppled Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he's not bigger than Millie Bobby Brown, Joseph Quinn, or David Harbour.
I don't see Millie Bobby Brown having much of a career after, to be honest.
No, she's already got exclusive deals signed with Netflix.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
She's set. She's done. Trust me, she's fine.
She's fine. But yeah, I think this is a good spot for us to start wrapping up because I really don't know what else you do.
It depends what route they want to go. Honestly, they could keep going with the big sets, and there are options for that. Like we said, we have Hawkins Lab, we have the mall, and then we have the Squawk Tower. Those are 3 potential more sets that they could do big wise.
I would not rule out Brickheads either.
I would not rule out Brickheads either. So they have the route going to big sets. They can still do Brickheads, and they have the option to move over to semi-smaller sets to get other locations that don't require as huge of a set. So there is that potential.
They'll all be 18 plus, though. I'm telling you.
They'll all be 18 plus. They should be 18 plus.
This is probably one of the best this is probably one of the best themes to introduce an 18+ concept to Lego.
Yes, correct.
Because this started when people were much younger and has evolved over time.
It got darker and darker over time.
And it got darker and darker over time.
They started out as kids and they literally grew up. I mean, they don't want to say in the show, but they grew up to adults. It took 10 years there were so many delays on it. Honestly, probably could have gone on longer had they not grown up so quickly. But the options are there.
It took them forever to make new seasons.
Exactly. The options are there for Lego to take advantage of by either doing more big sets, take advantage of the smaller potential of the sets, and then keep going with the BrickHeads. Because there's so many other characters that they could do with recognizable features, like Steve with his hair, Nancy with her ever-evolving hair each season.
I mean, I think season 5 Nancy was like the best Nancy yet.
Yeah.
With the pink sweater and the blue vest with the crazy hair, like that's perfect look.
I mean, we've got in season 1 BrickHeads. We have 2 season 1 BrickHead sets and a season 5. There's so much they could do within all the other seasons.
Scoops Ahoy. If we're gonna get BrickHeads for Steve, it's gonna be Scoops Ahoy Steve. 100%.
I'm okay with that.
Like it has to be that.
Absolutely.
But
I should take my Donald Duck and transform him into Steve.
Dear God, that'd be funny. Scott's judging you hard for that right now.
I really am.
I'm just thinking the sailor outfit.
No, he's had enough fun. Take the thinking cap off. JJ, talk us home.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. If you have not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you are notified when all new episodes go live. The flagship show is Fridays at 2 p.m. unless we do one of those crazy special presentation ones like we did a couple days ago at Pokemon. Because thank you, Lego, for continuously releasing news in the middle of the week that we need to cover.
We gotta start doing shorts again.
Who likes sleep?
We are doing shorts. We have done a million.
I know, but like we gotta start filming shorts as opposed to doing full-on episodes. Though, granted, Pokemon did warrant an episode.
Pokemon warranted its own thing.
Who needs sleep? Honestly,
sleepers of the week. We also have the Time Capsule monthly series where we once a month look back on a now retired theme.
It's coming, isn't it?
It's coming next week.
It's coming next week.
Scott's so excited.
It might be something to do with one of Scott's favorite themes of all time. It might not. We don't know.
His biggest regret.
It might have a very good friend of the show who's been on before that we all love to death.
And it might you might literally see me fold into myself into a cringeworthy moment where memories, flashbacks of trauma come roaring back at me. If you like seeing me in pain, this capsule's for you. Buddy.
Wow. This will be fun.
Again, like I said at the beginning of the episode, Discord link is also in the description now, so feel free to join that. Jump in. It's a lot of fun. We got a fun little community there so far. We're going to make that even bigger and better. You can find us on Instagram at the Brick Hour Pod. You can find me on Instagram at Langster Builds.
You can find me at Cameron Studios _.
You can find me at Rogue Lannister, where I swear to God, sooner or later, I'm actually going to post something.
Yeah. We will see you all in the next episode. Have a great night. Happy building.